Ladies and gentlemen, this is Luminous coming guys with another Patchlog Analysis. This time it's 6.81b, and joining me today is an old friend, AEI 2000 from Cloud9. How are you doing, AEI?
I'm doing pretty well. A bit tired.
Because it is currently 5 a.m., you said?
Yeah, 5 a.m. in China. We're just waiting for flights, I guess.
Well, I won't ask you about your Dota successes at WPCAs, but I will definitely welcome your insight. I'm not streaming this.
Why not?
It's just local recording. Don't worry about it. And of course, I have some background noises. I am living at the Good Studio House, so there are people walking around. Also, apparently, Pile Dai is taking a shower in AI's room, so we do apologize in advance for any background noises.
And I really hope his singing gets in there.
Okay, what exactly is he singing?
He stopped. I think he heard me saying that.
Damn. Maybe we could sing along. I don't know. Alright, 6.81b just came out, and I'm actually somewhat surprised by the timing of the patch. But I guess, you know, yeah, there's tournaments coming
Plan
up.
to have one after the... Like, it's planned, like... I think this is quite possibly the last patch before TI.
It has to be, aside from a big, like a
And,
bug
like,
fix.
yeah, it's planned to be one after the qualifiers.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean qualifier? Sorry for whatever
Yeah.
I meant. I thought the qualifier was like right during the, yeah. Anyways, okay, let's get into it. Anything jumps out at you, or you just want to kind of go down the list? It's a fairly short
I don't know.
patch.
Let's just go down the list.
Okay. Ancient Apparition, the Ice Vortex slow decreased from 18% at the first level to 15%, and then the rest of the scale is kind of normalishly. Nothing big. Actually, one thing I do want to ask you about, since AA is a hero that you do play, what exactly is the current skill build for AA, and why do you kind of differentiate? And why how does the Ice Vortex change? Does it change anything?
I mean, for me, I like the max Chone touch.
Okay.
But, like, in China, they're maxing their first
Cold feet.
feet thing.
Yep.
Makes much sense, to be honest. And a lot of people max Ice Vortex, which I think makes a bit more sense. I think I might change it to like you get Mana Boots and you max Ice Vortex, and you get two in Chone Touch. But I don't think one in Code Feet's very good, more than one.
So, quick question about maxing Ice Vortex. Do people max it for the damage output, or do you max it for the slow, or is it for both?
I mean, it's sort of for both, but the slow's definitely more important. Because like a consistent 30% slow, like they've buffed the cooldown so much that you can actually just like lay a path of them.
Okay. So, I guess, in the sense that if you're going to be maxing the spell, it doesn't really matter too much. I know there's a hard argument that you're playing a support hero, so you don't get to level 2 quickly, so the lower level of Ice Vortex being a little bit less strong is going to get hurt. But as a whole, does this change really a lot for AA?
I mean, it's like 3%'s a bit negligible.
Okay.
So I don't think really that much. I actually don't know why that was nerfed, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I guess Chilling Touch is really where all the power is, and that's got nerfed. Would you recommend nerfing Ice Blast a little bit?
I'd actually like for AA, I'd actually like to see him receive like a small buff in his other skills and because like it seems like he's a bit too one-dimensional right now. Like you pick him for his ulti basically. Like you pick him because he's a strong level 1 and because he has a good ulti.
Right.
And that's pretty much it.
Okay. Well, we'll see if it's gonna get changed after TI. But for now, that's how the hero stands. What about Batrider? Sticky napalm bonus damage now halved against non-hero units. So essentially, when you're farming, creeps is a little bit slower. And I think the biggest thing is when you're now jungling with Firefly and applying sticky napalms, that's going to be slowed down as well. Batrider constantly the first pick, first ban hero in the current metagame, no matter where you look at it, Western, Eastern, Chinese, Sea, whatever. And a big part of that is because of his offlane ability, his ability to go in the jungle and get that quick blink dagger. This affects him quite a bit, right? Or does it not?
To be honest, in jungle farming, not really, because you max Firefly if you want to farm the jungle anyways.
Okay.
I think where this affects him the most is, like, in the offlane, if you got 3 stacks of sticky on the creep, you can't be denied, really. So if you can get away with going and then you get a good block, like, you're going to get that first wave, which means you're going to get your level 2. But now, like, 3 stacks is only plus 15 damage, I think. So like, since your base damage is so bad, you're actually in deny range there.
I see.
And like, if you go sticky first, which is like not having Firefly for the second wave is really bad because it's like, if you have a good block and you can get Firefly, but if you have a really good block, you sort of push out the lane because you're using sticky on stuff, and then you don't have Firefly, like you might just be regulated to level 1, and you go to offlane because you want level 2 and you want to like draw the supports there and stuff, but like a level 1 Bat Rider is not scary at all.
I see. So it basically hurts Bat Rider's laning options. That's
And like for mid, like
okay.
I don't even know if like I don't know how much it actually hurts, but it's a pretty big nerf because like before Bat Rider, like it would just be like a farm fest.
Mm-hmm.
Like Bat Rider wouldn't be able to really deny anything other than getting like 4 stacks of stick on them and forcing it back. And the other hero like can't really deny Bat Rider because he would have 70 damage on every creep.
Yeah, I thought originally when Bat Rider is played, he's more, at least in the mid lane, he's more of like, I kind of dive you and kill you. But as of late, the only times that Bat Rider goes mid is, I think S4 plays it, and he always goes bottle first instead of, I guess, the original standard boots first. Any comments on that? Is Bat mid more of a, like, just farming hero at this point? Especially now with this sticky being nerfed against creeps, do we see more of a return of a diving, killing Bat Rider in the mid lane, or no, that's not going to happen?
People actually got a lot better against playing against Bat in mid in general.
Mm-hmm.
So like it's pretty rare you're gonna pick up that solo kill, and like
Okay.
even if you do, like it's not even that important compared to like getting another 2 stacks in a jungle or something. It's like you have to really commit to get a kill in mid sometimes, and like it's easy to die doing it too.
I see.
With the nerfs, like I already got a couple of nerfs, so.
Okay. I guess you cover pretty much what happens on the top lane as well, so I don't think there's much else to discuss, or do you see any other angles that we kind of missed out?
Nah, that's pretty much it.
Okay. So quick summary is his level 1 gets much weaker, and if you zone him out, you know... Okay,
Yeah.
real fast,
And,
real
like-
fast. Like, are you thinking that teams are actually going to give Bat Rider away? I really don't think this will affect his pick ban
He's
ratio.
way too good.
Yeah, okay.
Like that hero, he ruins the late game. He ruins the mid game. Like he's just actually a game ruiner.
Okay, fair enough. All right, Bounty Hunter Shadow Walk duration increase from extra 5 seconds at each level. And to me, this is actually a pretty big deal because there are some builds where you get that second point of Shadow Walk just so that you have a little bit more duration. But I could see you getting Shadow Walk, just a single level Shadow Walk up to like level 7 or level 8 before you even have to put a point to it. Helps his early game a little bit with extra more damage. That's pretty
Yeah, it
much
is.
it.
It's definitely nice because like you can go like 4-4-1 now and still be able to get 200. Because like the 4th point of your Shuriken and Janata are pretty good, whereas like the 3rd point of Shuriken's really bad.
Yeah.
So you don't want to just have 3 in 1 of Janata and Shuriken, and like before you would have to go 2 in Windwalk because it wasn't good at level 1.
Yeah. It used to be that you can't stay in invisibility 100%, and I guess you can't technically stay invisibly 100% because there's the fade time and whatever else, but with the 5 extra second, it actually does help quite a bit. But kind of going off the kind of skill set, just a random tangent question, any reason why we don't see Shadow or Bounty Hunter anymore? Like, he used to be kind of fairly popular hero when things like Lifestealer and Storm was more frequently picked. It seems as of late he's kind of ignored.
I think I've seen him picked a couple times as support to like chase the jungle around.
Uh-huh.
With the track range buff, he's pretty good at support actually, because like before, if you played with support, you actually have to run pretty far in to get the track off,
Right.
and you aren't like a particularly fast hero unless you have track move speed already, so you wouldn't get in close enough to get a good track. The buff is really good for that. He's sort of snowball based, and he doesn't do anything against a push, which is a really big problem.
Okay.
Because like if you have him as an offlaner, like it's pretty possible that like they're taking your first tower for sure, but that's not the issue. It's like when they hit like 13, 14 minutes into their mech and they start like just pushing your tier 1 and tier 2s everywhere, like you're gonna have a bounty hunter, and his contribution to that team fight is he's gonna shuriken someone
Yeah,
compared
I
to
mean,
like any other offlaner. So
that's traditionally what his issue always was, right? If they 5 men up, your invisibility doesn't help you, your single target doesn't really help you. I guess the meta just changed.
it's also like the patch that moved the wave sort of closer to you.
Mhm.
Before bounty hunter, like you could sort of annoy the supports more under offlaners. You could drag the wave, you can maybe sneak some XP by hiding, but like every offlaner can at least get the first wave, usually the first two. So you don't really need a bounty hunter to do anything special there. And then like a lot of offlaners, they got really strong ones. They get like level 2 or 3, and like they're annoying for supports to deal with. But like a bounty hunter, like he's going to run at you and shuriken you, and you're like the support doesn't really care about that. And even Janada's not that scary. So like he doesn't do anything with the patch change to the creep wave location.
So essentially, it's not that bounty hunter got weaker. It's just that the other offlane got stronger with the creep equilibrium change, and I guess you just get more out of the other heroes compared to.
I think so, and there's always the fact like people got better versus bounty hunter. Like they'll,
fair enough. Yeah.
They know he's gonna walk mid. They're gonna drop a sentry there.
Earlier when you said the track range got increased, is it 1200 now at all levels? I believe. Does that sound?
You know, I have no idea. I think it's. I mean, it's the max. It's the max at all levels. I think it's 900 or something. I don't know what it is.
I can look it up.
Is it really 1200? Like that's really high.
That sounds pretty legit. I'm gonna look it up.
Maybe like 1025 or something.
We'll see. Track 1200.
1200. That's really high.
All right, maybe Cloud9 bounty hunters incoming. Anyways, Doom, Devour mana cost rescale to 60 at all levels. Affects jungle Doom quite a bit. We've been seeing a lot of mid, off lane, as well as safe lane Doom. I don't think that gets affected as much, right? Because generally you do have enough mana regeneration, or you don't. Are you kind of forced into going a bottom now on Doom?
You could just bring yourself a Clarity, because Clarity's got a pretty big buff last patch. Like one Clarity, it basically solves this change.
Okay.
For the entire early game. Like I don't think this nerf is actually enough for Doom, because like if you play a pub in China, like everyone freaking like there's a Doom and Invoker in every game, and if the Doom and Invoker are on the same team, like you don't beat that shit. It's like if you're a core, like he just dooms you. Like the only time I won against Doom was like I have to be playing support, because like if I'm playing a core and he dooms me, like the game's just over. I think that's how it feels.
Okay, some more nerf on this hero.
Yeah, I really I don't know what they can do, but like he makes the game not fun. I'm pretty sure like it's.
Is he the Slark of
he's the Earth Spirit of.
Okay.
Like, it's that disgusting.
Fair enough. All right, Drow Ranger Gust knockback duration increased. Is this just? I don't even know what to say about this. I haven't been playing Drow Ranger much. You give me the download for this.
I think it's. I mean, it's obviously good, right? Like, it's gonna help because it's effectively a stun that doesn't pop TBs or whatever.
Right.
The problem was like I don't exactly know how it works. If it's like 0.9 seconds and it's linear how they go back, that means that they get out of your ulti a bit slower. Like it won't matter that much, but it might mean one last hit of marksmanship and like one last hit from our allies from the aura of marksmanship Magi.
Sure, yeah.
Like so if they're that much slower, like I don't know if that matters, but like obviously it's gonna help overall. I think.
Didn't last patch it made the range a little bit smaller, or whatever the case it was? You got like an extra attack off. I forgot what the last patch's Drow change is.
I have no idea.
I'll
like
look it up
that hero.
I mean, you guys play this hero, shouldn't you know?
Like how like Drow Visage, like the Drow sits on our tower and it gets nothing and our Visage does damage. I don't know.
Okay, well, the skill's getting buffed. Last patch is 0.2 to 0.5. Now, hey, maybe in the patch it goes up to 1.5.
I think Arteezy played it where he went 4-4-1, so he only had 1 inch or and he max Gust some days. But they lost that game and his build was really bad, so.
Okay, I was about to ask you what's the idea behind it, but if you said
I have no idea what the idea was behind it.
Okay. Well, Earthshaker turn rate improved again. I think that was another improvement.
Yeah.
Or was it last patch?
I mean, that's super fast, right?
Yeah, he also got a movement speed buff last patch. And now Echo Slam's initial damage, Echo Surge, Echo damage, all got buffed.
Yeah, that's pretty good, actually, the increase. I didn't know his AoE at level 16 was lower than his other levels, though. That seems sort of weird. Is that a typo, or...?
I wasn't sure when I was reading it. I wasn't sure whether that's a buff or nerf. Because I don't exactly know the mechanics of Echo Slam too much with the search damage and echo damage and the initial damage. So
it's a buff. The higher OE is a buff. But
okay.
like level 16,
Yeah, why would it go
before
down?
It went
That's
from 550 to 500. I think it's a typo. I think it was like 575, and then now it's the same as 16 every level.
okay. So okay.
I want to see the turn rate though, because like 0.9, I don't actually know how fast that is. I don't even know the standard turn rate. Is it 0.5? Like, what is it?
I don't know. It's just
Oh,
like
man.
one of those numbers that's not seen. So
Yeah.
kind of the big deal here is mostly for like the visual blocking in lane.
Yeah. It's pretty big. Like, that's nice for sure.
Yeah. I think Earthshaker is
And-
one of the truly underappreciated support hero. But yeah, what were you gonna say?
Like when you get your blink dagger, sometimes in this patch, since you get gold so fast, like you're level 8 when you get it or something. So that means like the extra turn rate might mean that after you echo slam, you actually get to fissure in the direction you want to. Because like if your aftershock's not high enough level, sometimes like if you're turning to fissure, like you just get stunned before you get it off.
Fair enough.
Like that's it's a pretty decent buff to his first blink dagger fight, which is usually before level 10.
Okay. All right. Hopefully you see more Earthshakers. Outer Titan Echo Stomp damage increase from X to X. I actually do see, especially in the NA qualifiers, that Echo Stomp 1 or even 2 points was picked up, like pre-level 6. I don't know what you think about that. And of course, we haven't been seeing Elder Titan at all much, whether it's an off lane, solo mid, or support. But does this do anything for the hero?
He's sometimes picked still with like Ember Spear and stuff, I guess.
Ember Spirit.
That's yeah. Because
Like
Ember
a long
Spirit,
range harass combo kind of
yeah,
thing?
like Ember Spirit's like a physical caster basically, and Elder
Okay.
Titan makes his physical spells hurt.
Fair enough.
So, like I think the only reason for this buff is like after the Spirit Nurse, he couldn't properly kill range creeps and stuff.
Oh, I
That's
see.
the only real reason I see for it. Like, it's pretty negligible otherwise.
Okay.
Because like right now you can't like send a Spirit out and then stomp a range creep unless you have like level 4 natural order, and then like everything goes. I don't know. I don't actually know how it works, but I know like sometimes range creeps survive when I played him.
Okay. So, slightly faster farming, I suppose. Enigma Midnight Pulse duration increase. Great. He's already really good. Now it gets better. I think let's talk about the hero that everybody wants to get nerfed. Question mark. Is Invoker. Force Spirit, magic resistance removed from the original 33%. Cold Snap damage now reworked. That's the big nerf. And also Deafening Blast is now dispelled when magical immunity is applied, so you can BKB out of the disarm. So the key thing of Cold Snap is it originally did 60 initial damage and then 30 per hit of the proc. Now I guess the initial damage is 7 at level 1 and 7 per attack. Essentially no damage. Am I reading that properly?
Yeah, that sounds about right. I mean,
So
it's,
essentially you're just getting the stun for the stun and not really the damage.
yeah. I mean,
Which
like
is-
when you have 4 quas, which is the standard for Exor, it's going to do 28, which is similar to before, I guess. But it's a pretty decent nerf to his early game.
It's a huge nerf to his early game, right? Because a big part of his lane harass is, I know there's exort damage, that's a lot. You know, he has high right click damage. All of that is still true, but you know, you can't just leave that 1 point to cold snap and say, hey man, I could now solo kill people.
It's definitely a good nerf. Invoker was like, he shouldn't be solo killing people, but like what this really helps for is like the gank, because ganking from Invoker was ridiculously easy before. It's like if I could be a freaking Jakiro and I come liquid fire him, and my liquid fire just did like 400 damage because it cold snap procced 8 times or something.
Right.
So like it's definitely a good nerf. I don't know though. Like I think Cost Wax is the Imba Invoker, and like the Deafening Blast this time being dispelled when magic immunity is applied is basically a nerf just to Cost Wax, because like the only part you dispel is the Wax part, which disarms, and Quas like Exort Quas doesn't really have that. But like I don't really think it's enough. I think you need a small nerf to Tornado Vision and maybe a small nerf to EMP, because EMP is just stupid.
Didn't EMP just get another nerf last patch?
Yeah,
think that
2.6
the
to
blade-
2.9, but like
Yeah.
it's still, if you hit your tornado, you're hitting your EMP. Like there wasn't a change there. The only change that the EMP nerf did was like you can't get Quas at level 1 and EMP them at level 2 by putting it on their face. Because like you could actually do that last patch. You could like the only person I saw really do it was S4, but he would take out Wex at level 1. He like level 2, he actually just EMPs them, and it's pretty funny actually.
Just zones them out of the lane. Right?
Yeah, like I mean, it hits them too. Like it was pretty good versus TA because suddenly no mana or something.
Right. So I think a couple months ago there was a Reddit post saying a way to nerf Invoker is the EMP is the closer you are, the more mana it drains.
Yeah.
What do you think about the idea? Do you like the idea?
Yeah, that's good for sure. Cause like it's too good as a zoning tool, right? Like, and if you get hit by it, like as a support, you're actually done. And
yeah.
I like supports to be useful because, like, I play support or some shit.
Yeah. Okay. We'll leave it at Juggernaut gets yet another pretty key buff. BAT gets lower 1 point or 0.1 point, and then his Omni Slash now do more damage. Juggernaut as a carry originally was never really successful. He's more of a mid game carry. Can now he get to that late game carry part, or is he still more utilized as that mid game thing with that Aghanim Scepter, or can we see a little bit more different of a build now?
I mean, it's like if you can continuously attack someone, it's like what, 8% DPS or something.
80%.
8%.
8%. Okay.
Like something like that, right? I actually don't know. Like I'm way too tired to do any sort of math. Probably only like I don't know. 7%
you do sound pretty tired, and
like, I'm really tired right now. But I mean, Omni Slash being more consistent is like I always welcome consistency into the game. I think like I like a little bit of randomness, but like 75 damage. Like if you hit 3 250 hits, like you're killing one. If you hit 3 175, like you might just not kill it off lane or whatever. That's nice. Base attack time. Probably doesn't really matter that much. I think Juggernaut's probably pickable, but I actually don't know how good that hero is. We haven't had that much time to practice.
And this is still picked him as a one row, right? Just get him quick farm. We're not going to see any type of.
I think so. I think like Maelstrom eggs into Mjolnir is good or something like that.
Okay.
Like you push with him and like. Every time Omni slashes up, like it's so scary to defend. It's actually so freaking scary. Like you walk up to Juggernaut, he just presses R and clicks on you.
Yeah, and it gets level so quickly anyways because he's playing that safe lane. So level 11 is quite likely. Yeah. All right. Hopefully to see more Juggernaut because he's a really fun hero to watch. So as a caster, I hope to see more of him. Meanwhile, Leshrac pulls Nova damage, gets buffed. Haven't seen too much of Leshrac. Too squishy. Is that the issue? I mean, it feels like
he's like my. Sorry, go ahead.
To me, it feels like he fits this metagame so well because Lightning, great for anti-push, Edict, great for pushing, but for whatever reason, we haven't seen a hero at all. Shadow Demon's picked a lot, so Spurf combo with Shadow Demon Disruption is always there. I just don't know why we don't see this hero.
Yeah, I don't know either. That's like my favorite hero to play actually, like on man.
Wasn't it Visage?
No, fuck that shit. Like, I want Leshrac and Jakiro. Like, Visage, like, holy shit. Like, actually, Visage is super strong, too. But, like, Leshrac, he's so fun to play. Like, especially in pubs. Like, Leshrac's, like, I think he's, like, my go-to pub hero.
Huh.
Do
you play him as a support or a carry?
Yeah, I play as support.
Okay. But a support that can carry,
support, right? Yeah. But, like, support in pubs is, like, if you want to win without trying as hard, like, support's definitely the way to go in pubs. But, like, it's not some shitty, like... I buy every ward, and I buy 10 sentries, and I have, like, boots at 25 minutes. Like, that's not actual support. Like, you actually need to do stuff, and you need to get gold. Like, proper support in pubs is so strong.
Well, aside
from every
support...
time I see this stupid thread that says cores are the only way to improve in pubs, like, I want to hit someone, so...
you should talk to Envy, because that's why he's not playing support, right?
I don't think that's not why he's playing support. Like, you definitely get more out of pubs if you play... Like, if you can play your role, and, like, if you get bored playing support, then I guess it's not good.
Okay, but back on
anyways,
topic.
About the Leshrac buff, it's actually a pretty nice buff.
It's just a little bit more damage. Like, I'm playing Devil's Advocate. It's just a little bit more damage. What difference does it make?
I mean, at level 16, it means that you can clear creep waves with Split Earth and 2 Pulse Novas.
Yes.
Because before, like, you would need 3 after, like, 34 minutes, I think, the creeps get extra HP.
I don't even know why you know this, but okay.
Right. I mean, like, I'm estimating here, because that's what it feels like.
Okay.
But, like, always kill it with 3 hits from their level 11 plus Nova, and like honestly, plus Nova is pretty mediocre for damage. Like if you look at the mana cost, like you would see like some Leshrac just skip it and go like 4440 stats because they don't want to be able to run in. Like I think it's the buff was good for it for sure.
Okay. Oh, you're the go-to Leshrac guy apparently, because that's your go-to hero in the puff games.
Like I actually love that hero. Like if you hit your stuns, that hero's definitely good.
Why is Pi not picking it for you?
I
mean, he's there. Pi's right there. We should ask him.
Like he's in the shower still, but like we like.
We've been talking about this for like 40 minutes now. He's still in the shower.
I don't know. He's like the whatever. He's washing China off.
I see. Pi, what a diva. Okay. Lina, LSA increased stun duration. That's to 0.3 seconds. Really? I guess with Fiery Soul you get off 1 or extra 2 attacks.
Yeah,
That's great.
This does nothing though. Like
All
Lina's
right.
still garbage.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she's got the long attack range,
She's
man.
pretty garbage.
Look, Lina,
Like,
Leshrac,
I
the
wish
same
that hero was
hero,
playable.
right? Like they both have that stun.
If Lina had 800 range on her stun, I'd pick her.
Okay. What is the range of stun? It's not even close to 800. It's like 600.
Like 500 or something.
Okay.
Like it's really bad. Like you don't.
I'm sure with the edge of the AoE, it's like 600.
Yeah, but the edge of Leshrac AoE is like 1,000. So.
Not at level 1.
Okay, I love one.
Okay, alright, we're just like off the train here. Okay, Lycan, how...
Leshrac number 1, Lina number 10, number 100, whatever. Okay.
Lycan, how duration decrease, how bonus damage decrease. Great. Nerf that hero.
That's still Imba.
I mean,
Like
he's
how...
still Imba, but early game how damage is...
Yeah, it's definitely a good nerf. Like, it's necessary. But, like think about it. Like, AA... Level 4 Chow and Touch, you get 80 damage. You have to hit your heroes all need to clump up for a bit, and it's for 6 hits, and it lowers their attack speed.
Okay.
And like how is like it's global. Like for some reason it's global, and it's 50 damage. It does no effect on attack speed, and it works on minions. Like if you just like look at that skill, it's so stupid.
Okay, real fast. The current builds, you only get that one value point of how, right? You max the wolves, you max the other passive first. So essentially, it's nerfing that first part of the Lycan game for a long while. Isn't that a fair point to make?
Mean, like you can like just max how. It's not.
You
like,
can.
definitely...
Okay, I know you can max how, but people don't max how.
Yeah, it's way better. Like if you want to go 4 for 1, like it's way it'll be way better than 4-1-4 any day.
So why don't people do that?
I mean, they do now. Like, they've started already.
Oh, I see.
Like, I mean, like, I don't know about... Like, I know even, like, a month ago, like, DK did it at Starladder or whatever. Like, they had max early over, like, points in E or whatever, I think.
Okay.
Like, in the Western scene, that's becoming way more common, too.
So hero's just actually OP.
Sorry? Lagging.
I was like, hero's actually just OP.
Yeah, he's actually just disgusting. Like that hero, freaking Doom, freaking Lycan, Game Runers.
It sounds like a lot of those heroes that the Chinese teams are beating you with. I'm just saying. I'm just throwing that one out there.
We would never get them Lycan. But Doom though, Game Runer.
Alright, Marana, a lot of her minimum stuff got reduced. So minimum stun duration, minimum damage. So for people out there, level 1 arrow, I think minimum damage used to be 90, now it's 50. And I think at level 4 it's like 360 or something like that. Minimum. And now it's 320. Does that sound about right? That sounds about right.
Yeah, it used to do 100 at level 1.
Wasn't
so,
it?
No. Oh yeah, it's 90, sorry, it did 90 at level 1. But like now, like 50 damage at a melee range arrow. I can't wait to see like the Rubik lift into arrow and he tosses them close and it does no damage.
I see.
And it does no stun. Like that's like we talked about today actually how like when the Rubik tosses the person into Marana, like the arrow's just not good enough sometimes.
So are you advocating that it should be tossed away, or the whole Marana Rubik combo isn't that strong?
Level 1 left, it's not that good for sure. Like, level 1 left, you basically have to toss them into the Marana in order to hit it, because it's so short. Like, Marana Rubik is fine. It's just something like as we were just talking about today. I'm tired and I don't know I'm talking about it.
Okay. A big part of is also, I mean, your teammate Sing Sing, a lot of what he does mid game is leap in arrow, Starstorm, double kill. Or double Starstorm and then kill. Does this affect that at all? Or not really?
Oh yeah, it does for sure. Like especially like whenever I watch him kill Weaver, he always kills the Weaver by like 50 health, literally. Like it's one hit.
Uh-huh.
So like it's a pretty decent nerf to Morana. And the stun duration, like it's scaling linearly, so like every stun up to like whatever range it is for max is gonna be a little bit shorter.
Okay. But she still has that lane ability that she is so good at, like getting the face, and then the Basilius gives her so much plus damage.
Yeah,
that is still there. So like, I think she's still going to be picked.
I think she's still first too.
Yeah. Okay. Ogre Magi. Buffs to Fire Blast, mana cost, as well as Bloodlust being able to cast on magically immune unit. I want to talk about that one first. You still dispel the Bloodlust when you BKB, I imagine, but you can now recast it.
Okay. Like
I mean,
I don't really know how it works, but
well, that's what I'm guessing because like it's same thing as Empower. I don't even know if it
dispels. Does it dispel now?
I think we had a big Ogre discussion the other day on the EU Hub, and it seems like what people are saying is it dispels. I guess I never tested. But
yeah, I really never tested it. It's definitely a good buff. I think Ogre's pickable right now, so this helps.
I mean, but okay, let's leave it at that. He's been receiving so much buff. I already thought he was playable, and now as a support that could Bloodlust a BKB carry, he definitely is. I think the most common partner with him is probably DK. As a hero that comes, maybe Shadow Fiend.
Must be able to put him as a core. Like you put like a bit more farm heavy support, like a Lashrak or a Visage. Like he's like stupidly strong in lane, so you can get away with that.
So if you're playing him as a core, like you said, yes, what build are you going for? Are you maxing Ignite or are you maxing Fire Blast?
I think you go, like you. I think you. I'm not too sure if you get Bloodlust, but you definitely max Ignite first, and then I think you go like Tranquil, Yosceptor, Aghanims, something like that. Maybe a Blink. I'm not sure.
Tranquil, you said?
Yeah.
Just move fast.
Sorry, like I think you said just move speed, right? Like move speed and armor it's good on him for sure.
Okay. All right.
Because like arcane boots are really expensive actually, and like they don't.
Yeah, you're not a big fan of arcane boots.
I mean, they don't give you that much regen on your hero. Like it's like 3 per second or something on yourself. Like less than that actually, because like the cost got increased. It's like 2.5 per second. Like that's really bad actually. It's like still be mask level.
Well, it's not just for yourself, you know.
Yeah, but you're not hitting 5 allies every time you use arcane boots.
You could drop your Acceptor and then arcane and get more. I'm just saying.
You can.
Yeah, there you go.
You can buy yourself one clarity, and it costs 50 gold, and it gives you so much mana.
All right.
Clarity's OP.
Omni Knight, the hero that gets buffed every patch, yet still nobody picks him. Thoughts?
He seems like I would want to try to pick him somewhere. Like he's really awkward in lane, but there's no way he's that bad. And like Repel not removing buffs just seems ridiculously strong in some situations. Like you have a Meg and a PA, and like Omni Knight and PA is nice because you blink on them when you heal, and then like when you have an empowered PA with an effective BKB, like that might just be freaking OP or something.
Yeah.
And the reason I'm saying PA is because she's below Omni Knight on this patch, so.
Oh, don't forget about the Bloodlust on that BKB PA. I'm just saying that's
like
out there too.
That's my amazing thought process. Like.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk about a hero that might be coming back to relevancy. Queen of Pain, cast range on Shadow Strike, now greater. Wait, actually.
You forgot to mention Phantom Assassin and how happy Eternal Envy is that PA got buffed.
Okay, PA got buffed. Tell me why this is
That's all I have to say.
He's just happy.
Envy's
happy.
Because
that's just changed. Okay.
Yep,
great. Shadow Queen of Pain, another Shadow Strike increase. Originally, I thought, 525 range, and now just realized 525 range is only at level 4. So this actually doesn't help her laning that much.
I mean, it's not like her laning needed help.
It seems like it is, because she's not dominating enough, right? I thought people
she's pretty dominant.
I thought people only pick Queen of Pain because she could win her lane or dominate her lane and then just snowball. And it seems like every time I see Queen of Pain picked in the qualifiers recently, that just doesn't happen anymore.
I mean, it's not the lane down that she usually has problems with. It's usually the snowball part. Like you go Orchid and you're useless or something. Or like you have to get a BKB because the game's like that, and you're actually worthless after your first fight if you don't crush them.
Okay.
I think she's a pretty good hero right now, actually, though. Like I don't know what it is. I think it's just the fact that she's so hard to. Like I love mid heroes who are just obnoxiously hard to gank, and like Blink Hacks will always be a good thing, and the eggs is sort of cool.
Okay. I do want to comment more on the fact that the snowball part, it feels like if you want to compare it to Shadow Fiend, I know like this is a very different comparison, but for a moment just stick with this comparison. Like on one side you have a Queen of Pain that needs to get kills. For example, like you said, once you get her BKB, the first fight she has to crush and you get a bunch of kills and maybe a tower or two for the team. Versus Shadow Fiend who could maybe die once or twice early game, but just get a Midas and then like a 20-minute BKB and say, you know what, everything is fine. I just feel like Queen of Pain just have to show so much for the team. And
yeah, I mean, the problem with a Queen of Pain snowball is like when you're snowballing off a hero that has such a long ult cooldown, it's really not as snowbally as it could be. And then like when you snowball a queen, you're killing heroes, but you're definitely not like unless you have someone else will push, like you're not getting a tower. And like just hero kills, like objectives are really important compared to like just killing, like solo killing someone and then like you don't do anything. You go back to base because you have no mana. I think that's like it's sort of similar why Storm Spirit's like not as picked anymore because like you kill someone and then like you really don't do it for a bit. Like you might be snowballing kills, but like every time you get a kill and you have to go home, like they get damage on tower, they eventually take a tower. Like they're still ahead. Like it doesn't contribute enough, I think.
All right, fair enough. So Ricky, Smokescreen cooldown, great. Skywrath Mage, a hero that I love, and sad that he's not picked. Ancient Seal, is that a, what is it, 66% damage increase on the first level on Ancient Seal?
I don't know, man.
That's a lot of damage increase.
Yeah, 66%. Yeah, it's definitely good, but like it's 16, which like you're making it sound way too good. Like you're moving to 18 to 30. Like it's.
Look, man, that's a big jump. I mean,
no, it's like.
I'm just saying.
Level 1 ancient.
It's an instant
like,
silence.
Right, like okay, you have to take it like this. Like you have your standard nuke. It does 225 after reduction, so you're gonna deal an extra 20 damage on the nuke. Like
look, don't say it like that, man. It just sounds so weak when you say it like that.
I mean, like it's good. When it's 45%, it's pretty good. But like the skill, you do it for the silence. I mean, it's nice to be able to use it because like if to get in close in Ancient Seal, so because it's not that high range. Like you should be rewarded, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. Well, he gets more buff. Great. Slaughter bonus damage increased for a smash.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
I think that's a similar buff to before. It gets amped under his amplified damage. Great.
Yeah.
Cool. I guess nothing for you to say.
Yeah, it does nothing.
All right.
No.
Slaughter.
I love Slaughter, and like no one plays him, so.
Okay. All right, Treant Protector, a hero that you play. I think this is a huge nerf. VC damage.
It's a really
decrease.
good nerf to him.
And then also obviously with the damage nerf, the healing from Leech Seed is also nerfed. So I guess I personally never cared about the damage. It's the 4.5 seconds slow, as well as the heal you get from it. So
yeah, and his like 900 base damage with the slow.
Which yeah. So I guess I will actually be okay if they just nerf the damage and gave me the same heal. But obviously that's not the case. So you only get you get much less heal compared to before. But Treant is still fairly commonly picked. And do you think he's going to remain an SO if his level 1 got weakened fairly significantly?
Yeah, I think he'll still be picked. But like it's a good nerf. It's a necessary nerf because that hero's stupid. Like if we're talking about nukes, like if you take a standard stun at level 1, it's like it'll be like 180 damage or whatever. Like 80 or 100 damage, something like that. And then like that creates a damage difference of 80 or 100. But if you look at Leech Seed, like before, it's 100 and what is that? 144 damage, and it heals for 144. So you're having like a 288 like difference in HP between the two heroes, which meant like before Tree with combined with his HP, you could 1v2, which was pretty stupid. Like every time you have your nuke.
Okay, but right now, the new one is 90 and 90, right?
Yeah. So like
Essentially, it's the same
pretty
thing.
significant. I mean it's 180 damage difference, like HP difference, which it's still big, but it's not like 300 difference for a level 1 nuke is ridiculous.
Wait,
Especially
actually, real fast, when you deal 90 damage, you don't actually deal 90 damage, right? With magic reduction and everything. So do you heal the lesser value? Like
no, you heal for 90. You heal for 90.
Okay, you do heal for 90. So
yeah.
Okay. Just want to clear that one out there. So, but his level 1's still ridiculously strong, I think.
Yeah, it is. Like he could have no spells and the level 1 would be good. So.
Not base damage. All right, Tusk Snowball gets a couple of buffs. Royal's Punch cooldown. I think that's a pretty decent one. I think the only team that played him quite a bit was Virtus Pro. But what's your thought on the hero? I guess since I didn't have you for the 6.80 patch, like, kind of speak a little bit more about Tusk. You think he's a decent support hero? It seems like that's how most teams are running him.
Yeah, for sure. I think he's a decent support hero. He doesn't scale well enough with items. The snowball
like
cooldown.
His snowball is a little bit too, like, risky. Do you want to roll your whole team in there? You know.
I mean, like it's really good as a save, right? Because it's basically like an astral.
Sure.
That you can put on multiple targets, and then you can control how long it is. But like the unfortunate part where like you might roll into epicenter and just lose your team the game.
Okay.
So like you have to be good with it for sure, but like there are some applications, especially if you're usually like there's no stun that will last long enough for like your 4 seconds of rolling into snowball and then the time it gets to reach the target. Like there's actually like even a 5-second arrow, like it's gonna be off them, so you're always gonna get BKB off after it.
Okay.
So like Tuskar, he seems pretty decent as support. His sigil is like pretty cool, and his laning ability, like depending on your lane, is really strong. Like because if your lane's stronger, like if you hit your Q, it's basically a guaranteed kill.
Mm-hmm. And it's
like,
honestly not too hard to hit. I mean.
Yeah, no, like it's very easy to hit. I mean, like they have to be standing a bit far up in order to like be super out of position with it. And like Walrus Punches, like it's always nice to have something that goes through BKB, I guess.
Yeah. Okay.
So like I think he's pickable. I would like to pick him. Like you pick him maybe like with the Jakiro and you have like minus 110% attack speed on everyone. That would sound cool. I would enjoy that.
Okay. All right. Undying, or you could pick Phoenix. I mean, there's that too. But
yeah, Phoenix was in CM. Like I'd definitely quit Dota. Like
I don't think he'll be in CM as its current form. So no fear.
Nope. Like, just remove him.
Okay, Undying, a 0.5 int growth per level. He feels more and more like Bristleback. Like having a fairly weak mana pool in the beginning, and then as the game progresses on, he gets a fairly sizable increase.
I think he has really high at the start, doesn't he? Doesn't he have like 5 decays or something at the start? Like something ridiculous?
Yeah, I think decay also is very low mana cost. I think it starts at like 90 or 75. I don't think he has
70.
70? Okay.
Like he has pretty good base, I'm pretty sure. Cause like
wasn't he used to be an int hero, or am I just?
Yeah, when he had the zombie summon, he used to be an int hero.
Okay.
Like he had those zombies, and like if they hit enough, they grew more zombies.
Okay.
That was pretty stupid, actually. I missed that. Yeah. Anyways, it'll help because like I don't think you go mana boots on him, so like a % regen item will help more now, and it's just nice. And if you can get like
your reason for not going mana boots is because it scales poorly.
Yeah, it's like he definitely needs an early armor item. Like the movement speed's good on. Like mana boots aren't gonna do anything. You're not gonna build them into a bloodstone. Like if you just have like trickle boots turned into an Atos or something, like you're ridiculously strong. You drop a tombstone and like no one can approach. But like with mana boots, like it's like you feel so mediocre.
So earlier when you said a mana regeneration item, an armor item, are we talking, combining two together like a medallion here? Could be pretty cool.
I don't think medallion is good on him because like I don't know if
you want a real armor item.
Yeah. Like I think like Tranquil Boots is good enough. Like Tranquil Boots, maybe an Urn, and then I'm pretty sure Atos, or like you can go like Blink Shivas and stuff like that. You can even go Midas on him. To be honest, if a hero can like push towers and still get Midas, like it's pretty good, I think.
Wait, didn't Bone 7 play Undying for you guys and he went Midas?
Yeah,
Or
I don't
Midas?
even remember what he got. He
Okay.
went something good though, because I think we won.
Okay. Alright. Undying at offlane hero, support hero. What's your verdict? I mean, you guys played
Uh,
him as offlane.
I think you'll play him as support or dueling offlane usually.
Okay. Now, personally, always I felt like he was a hero that scales very poorly into the mid to late game. Now, last
Um,
patch there was a ultimate buff that helped him later through BKB. What's your take on his late game versatility now?
I think the only reason he scaled poorly into the late game, like if you look at his skill set, it's good enough late game. Like he's gonna get really tanky with decay, and his ulti is like pretty insane. Like it's because like the items people are building on him are like super early game oriented, you know? Like
Like push down three
you can
towers
make
and kind of it, that kind of item set.
yeah, like you have arcane boots and some shitty other mana item or something. Like if you get those items on like any hero, like they're not gonna be good late game. Like even if you have like Crystal Maiden with the proper items, like you're gonna be strong enough late game. So like it's just how you build.
Well, I mean, I guess a lot of people have been falling into that early game mentality trap is because the Tombstone is so early, so strong early, and it's a spell that, you know, it's pretty sucky late game.
Yeah,
So
it's
would you
definitely not
not
that good.
advocate building around the Tombstone? I've seen, I think
Oh
Winter
no, no.
playing Undying, he actually gets very early levels into Soul Rip and actually maxes Soul Rip. Is that kind
I
of the
mean,
build that you should go towards too, you think?
I think that could be okay. I think Tombstone's just too good because like if you have a max Tombstone, you basically like you're able to defend any tower and you get like 2 or 3 towers for free. But I
Okay.
think like it's too good to give like a Midas. Like you can translate those towers into hero levels. So that means like even though like maybe like you wouldn't want those extra levels in Tombstone or whatever, I think you do anyways. But like
Okay.
it's not gonna hinder you because you're gonna have the levels from your Midas anyways.
So another way to kind of poke at the question is he's a fairly good hero to play when you're even slash ahead. I could see him as a very miserable hero to play as you're behind though.
I
When
don't know about that because like even if you're behind, sometimes since you have on towers, which means that they're not going to snowball you completely,
Mhm.
and like if they're snowballing you hard enough that they're taking towers versus you're undying and stuff, like I don't know if there's another hero that would save the game in that situation, anyways.
Fair
Like
enough.
you're going to be getting wrecked, so like sometimes like it doesn't matter like what hero you have if you're that far behind.
Okay. All right, Wind Ranger, Wind Runner. I actually want to talk about this quite a bit. Focus Fire mana cost decreased from 150 to now 75, 100, and 125. I think her old ultimate costs like 250. I want to say at level one.
Yeah, it's like 200, 300, 400, which is like absurd, like
Yeah.
for what it is.
This nerf or sorry, this buff actually remind me quite a bit of Marana's Moonlight Shadow buff. It was a spell that nobody used until the mana cost got significantly decreased, and I think the trend will now continue with Focus Fire. Now, a lot of questions we got during the TF4 EU Hub was why don't we see more Windrunner anymore? Why is Marana taking over? And my personal pet theory to that is, if you, I personally think that people are not playing Windrunner with the same mindset as they play Marana. Like if you play her as a core carry, get that Mjolnir or Acceptor or whatever, and just make her a damage dealer, she could be a fairly great hero. But I don't know what your thoughts on that is. Obviously, Marana has much more mid-game damage output with her spells, comparatively to Wind Ranger. But how
Yeah.
do you feel about the hero overall? And can she be that core, or is she still that offlane hero, etc.
I
etc.
mean, I think like Morana's better in 3v1s, 2v1. She does more damage mid game, she does more damage late game. Like Morana, like Windrunner, like she feels like a mediocre hero overall.
Okay.
Like even if you're building damage items, sometimes it's just pretty awkward to attack. Like she has 2.0 strength gain or something, but her agi gain's not high enough to use her lower BAT, I think. And like she definitely could work. I think I would want to try running her.
I mean, did
And like
RTZ run him mid?
I mean, like PPD said RTZ gave up on her though, so
I see.
that's yeah.
Okay,
Like
here's
it's
an
hard to
idea.
snowball with her. But yeah, what's up?
Here's an idea. You're playing support Wind Ranger. You pick Focus Fire level 6. Just hit towers.
I mean, like, you compare that to Liquid Fire Edict and you feel so mediocre.
Okay. I
Like,
mean,
the
you're
problem is,
comparing
like,
to two best pushing spell in the game.
I mean, like, any pushing spell, like, even like like, Enigma summon spell, like anything, like a 110 creep. Like, it's really, like, Focus Fire level 1, I think it's like plus 50% DPS or something. Like, it's not.
Right, but pushing isn't her thing, though. Wind Ranger, if you play her as a support, she gives you some resemblance of lane control. Better than, I guess, Leshrac, Jakiro?
Leshrac's way stronger than Wind Ranger.
Okay, well, Leshrac's number 1, so obviously it's...
I mean, well, like, Leshrac has, like, the best if you hit it. And I think, like, I think it should be hit. Like, I don't think it's that hard.
Best stun,
like, on a man. Yeah, I don't think it's that hard to hit.
Okay. Alright. Well, there goes my fanboy Wind Ranger spew. It got all turned down. So Wind Ranger, mediocre hero.
I mean, here as a core, because like, I guess she could be played something similar to Pot. It's just like your kill potential. Like the cool thing about Potom is like you can put any support with her, and you're still gonna have like such high kill potential. Like it's just not the same because like you like start zone support and like Autumn like all of a sudden she leaps in and arrows after like your short stun. Like Wind Ranger, she's gonna like I don't know like Wind Run and slow down for 8%. Like it's not the same.
Fair enough. Alright, final one is Zeus Lightning Bolt. True Sight Vision duration increase, great, and the search of the effect also increase, great. More buff to Zeus. Dendi, in an interview, said he is overpowered as a hero, even against BKB cores, which is the part I found pretty interesting. How do you personally feel about the hero? Because you guys also ran him quite a bit, right, for Sing Sing?
Yeah, Zeus's damage output's probably the highest in the game, I think. It's pretty strong. You can get away with him, I guess.
And this is coming down to like getting every static proc. With the increase of the lightning strike range or whatever the chain lightning range.
Yeah, like I don't know, like especially with the cast from on chain lightning that really helped. But like you go in and you catch your 3 spells and everyone's at 50% HP for some reason. Like it actually doesn't even make sense how much damage that hero does. Like, it's pretty ridiculous. And like just having full vision over a team fight is really nice too. Like it's. Like, people don't notice it with these ultis, I think, as much. Like, Spectre and Zeus, like, vision in teamfights is... It makes them super...
Sorry, you cut out. Did you say it makes them super easy to fight?
Yeah, it's like, it's really easy to fight if you know where all 5 of the heroes are.
Okay. So, kind of riding your train of Zeus being OP, why don't we see him in every single game?
I'm not saying he's OP, it's just his damage output is probably the highest.
Okay.
Like, he's very slanted towards it. I mean, I think he should get picked more. He's pretty good at defending towers now, so...
Okay.
Like, the problem, of course, is, like, he... Like, say, like, his 1v1's pretty mediocre. He's pretty easy to gank. And, like, if their mid leaves his lane, like, he's gonna start auto-attacking your tower for 10 damage a hit. So he doesn't have, like, much lane pressure, which I think is really important this patch.
Okay. Well, how about this? I'm gonna just run Zeus against a gauntlet of commonly seen mid heroes, and you tell me whether he does well or poorly against them. Okay?
I mean, he it's really not like his problem won't really be the laning. Like he's always gonna farm, but he's not really gonna shut them down. And
so it's like a DK situation where you just trade farm, which works for DK.
I mean, DK is super good, like because like you can gank the enemy hero. Like I don't know how much you've seen it, but like sometimes like a DK is like level 2. Or level 4, and like he walks up to the enemy hero and Dragon Tails them and they die. Just because like if a DK's walking up to you, like you really don't want to back down to it. Like it happens quite a bit, like especially with the jungle, I feel. Okay. And like once you get to level 6, like you can't leave your lane or he's gonna push your tower. Like Zeus just doesn't have the same effect. But like with his new ulti cooldown, like he should be picked, honestly.
Alright, well I'm hoping for more Zeus. Again, one of those very fun heroes. And Zeus-esque item, Mjolnir, the recipe cost increase. Finally, I think that hero needed some nerf because it's kind of bought every single game. And then started charge also a little bit weaker in the duration.
Yeah, Mjolnir was OP.
It's still kind of OP even with the cost nerf.
I mean, it's still good, I think. Yeah. Like the nerf is well placed, and like the item will still be bought. It's a good nerf. Like I'm wondering if we'll see like more like just Maelstroms now. Because like, before, basically, like Mjolnir was so good that you would never just get a Maelstrom. You would always finish a Mjolnir. But like Maelstrom on its own is still like a incredibly solid item. Like it's on average it's like 54 damage, 25% attack speed or something.
Uh-huh.
So like that's sort of interesting to me, I guess.
I think there might be more of I'll get my Maelstrom, go back for another item, and then go back for the Mjolnir. That's
something like
a
that.
possibility.
Especially on Juggernaut, like it's the one I mentioned. It's like you get a Maelstrom, so you can still farm and stuff. Because if you rush on eggs, like you taper off like really fast, and you don't really want that egg. Like sometimes it's carry, you might even hit the eggs before you hit level 11, which is super mediocre. So
okay. So a final overlook on the patch. I know you're very happy about Leshrac, but anything that jumps out at you that you want to talk a little bit more about, or it's 6 a.m. and you don't want to talk at all?
I don't think Batrider, Doom, like I still think all the top picks will still be pretty high. Like Batrider, Doom, Invoker, whatever those other heroes. It just depends on the game, I guess. I think he is. But Batrider, like him.
Yep. What about Treant? Still the same pickish? I mean,
a
a lot of this is trend-based, right? If everybody starts to pick less Treant, then...
Like, the thing is, like, even with, like, a 50 damage nerf, like, usually, like, 50 damage nerf is, like, 1/10 of your auto attack. So, like, I don't know how much it matters. He's still really strong early on.
You just cut off, so I didn't know. Are you still there? Howie, priest. Howie just got dropped. I've gone offline. Did it knock out my cable again? Well, the good thing that this is still recording. Apparently I got offline. I'm gonna go check my internet cable.
Well, we checked if your internet is working.
Oh, you just signed back on. You just signed back on, and I'm now calling Aoi. Aoi priest. Normally Swedish. Internet's pretty good. I don't know why it's not so good today. Hey, welcome back. No, this is my internet falling off. It's not your internet.
Nice.
Yes. So sorry about that. I don't even know what you were talking about. Do you remember what you're talking about?
Tree still good.
Yes.
50 damage, only 10% of his damage. Still scary, level 1. Nature's Guys, like, at least he was what put him back into prominence after the Living Armor nerfs. But Living Armor's still annoying, and Nature's Guys is really, really strong, so, like, it might not matter that much.
Okay. Cool. And since we rarely get you, I know... Wait, do you want to go right now? Like, do you say, I'm going to just sleep before my flight?
I mean, I'm not sleeping, so I have nothing to do.
Okay, here's not a very thought-provoking question. Which of the compendium goals do you like the most, or do you hate the most? Which one do you feel strongly about?
I mean, the filming the after party thing has to be stupid, right? Like,
I thought that's the one you were gonna...
someone's definitely losing a sponsorship over that. So.
I mean, there's a couple ways to do it, right? Like you could just have a live.
I don't even know what the other ones are.
No. You could just have a camera like right in front of the entrance to see who show up and who's leaving. Would that be interesting for people?
I mean, like someone's definitely still losing a sponsorship. Like I just know it's gonna happen.
Yeah. Okay. Real talk. Are you gonna go? Are you gonna go to that party?
I mean, of course I am. But like, Valve is gonna execute it pretty well. Like I'm so sure, just because it's Valve. So like, I'm not that worried. I just think like how could it be a good idea to film like alcohol plus awkward pro gamers?
Yeah, like, awkward teens, late teens. So the other question I kind of want to talk to you and maybe eventually Envy about is. Every morning I wake up, I check that it's gained another 5,000, 10,000. Now, to me, it's just a bigger number. And I think to a lot of people out there, it's also just a very big number. We might hit 10 million prize pool. Obviously, you have a certain stake in this. how do you feel about it? How does your friend feel about it? How does your parents feel about it? 8 million now.
I mean, it's like we have more money. Like we have more than $1 per player that plays Dota or something. Like that's
Pretty crazy, yeah.
yeah. I mean, this is ridiculous. Like I thought it'd go to 5 million. That was my prediction.
Okay. That's
Like,
it?
that's actually-
That's all you have to say about it? You don't
Like,
have, like...
what did you think it would go to? Like I was like 5 million, maybe 6 million. Like if we're like, you know, oh hype.
No, when I first
like-
saw the compendium stretch goals, I was like, we're breaking this for sure.
Really?
Yeah, especially
Like,
after the first 12 hour, like... Well,
I mean,
woke
that's
up.
cheating. Like, you can't say after the first
Well, the
12
thing is,
hours.
I woke
like,
up,
the
though.
first 12 hours are ridiculous. I mean, you're just cheating then. Like before it came out, like the compendium, like how high did you actually think it would get? Like,
I didn't even think about
guess...
it. I didn't even think about it before it came
Ah,
out.
you suck. Look at these
Look,
excuses.
here's
You
the
probably-
thing is, I have no stake in this. That's why I'm asking
Nah,
you.
you
have
do.
a
Like,
stake in this.
of course you have a stake in it. Like, you're a Dota personality, Dota
Okay,
caster.
indirectly
so, like,
I do. Yes, indirectly.
yeah,
I
like
do have a
it's
stake in
pretty huge. Like, this is going to get attention, and it's really cool for the game.
I'm trying to get in the hard-hitting questions here. Like, what are you gonna buy if you win? And you're not giving me the answers.
What am I gonna buy? Like, I hope the prize pool is like better split. Cause like, I mean, like the Empire resolution, like his internet bill going out. Like that's the most hilarious thing I've heard. First of all, but like,
No, the thing is,
like
he didn't pay
there's
his
no way that
internet
should be
bill.
happening. Like, is that like didn't his teammates have to pay for him or something? Like, no, he should have money.
No, he
should have
has the money. He just forgot to pay. I think that
He
was
just
the
didn't pay it. Like that's okay. That's pretty funny, honestly. Like, I laughed pretty hard.
Okay.
And then they won with Universe, so whatever.
All right.
But like, if there's this much money, like let's be honest, like there's no way first place needs 50% of it. And like it's just so much better for a scene to have a split prize pool. Like I'm sure you talked to James or whatever about this, right? Like
Yeah.
I know like he was so against like TI3 and stuff not splitting it well.
Well, I mean, you might be a little bit biased in saying this, but what,
I mean,
what
like-
do you... No. But what do you think should be the prize split? Do you think all teams should get, by showing up, by being able to qualify, should get a base amount? Like, I don't know, 10,000?
Yeah, for sure. Like I think it should. Like I don't know how significant it has to be, but like even if I were to place first, like I would want every team to get a cut.
Okay.
Like I would even want the top 4 for the qualifiers to get a cut. I think. Like if you're playing a bunch of games, like I don't see why they wouldn't really.
All right. Okay, I think we are done with the 6.81 patch analysis as well as AUI's thoughts on the compendium. Any shout-outs for your sponsors or friends or whatever else you want to make?
Oh, okay.
Can you still make them at 6 a.m.?
I mean, like you have no idea how tired my brain is right now. I think shout out to my sponsors: Alienware, Logitech, HyperX.
You're forgetting a very important one.
I mean, the U.S. military Air Force Reserves.
You're still forgetting a very important one.
I mean, I don't, when are we releasing this video?
Right now, I'm uploading it.
I think as
it'll
of-
be
I think
uploaded
as of-
before you're on the plane.
I think as of yesterday, I don't think we're sponsored by Crunchyroll.
What?
So
Really?
I think so. Like,
I'm just flabbergasted.
I mean, can you check? Like, I can't access my website from here. Like, let's see this.
Wait, can you even say this right now? Do you have to edit this part out?
I mean, you might. Let me check if it's on the thing.
Oh no, don't give me extra
Oh
work.
yeah. So Need for Seat USA. Like, this hasn't loaded yet. Yeah, this is actually me remembering. Need for Seat USA, Homejoy. Like, I don't even know. Like, our sponsors just changed. Let's see. Yeah, SideQuick. Yeah, I don't think we're affiliate. Like, I mean, they're not on our website, and like, yeah, I don't think we're affiliated with Crunchyroll anymore. I think I'm allowed to say that.
Okay. And thank you for not making me edit things. Yes. Okay. Well, thanks for having you here.
We're sponsored by the Air Force Reserve.
That's pretty legit.
I mean, League of Legends, yeah. Alright, anyways.
Anyways, thanks for having you here again. This is Cloud9's AUI 2000 talking to us from China. 6 a.m. waiting for his flight. Is Pi out of the shower yet?
Yeah, he's sitting there. I don't know what he's doing.
Has he read the patch log yet? Can you just give him, ask him if you have any
Yeah,
thoughts?
I read some of it to him. Pi, do you have any thoughts on the patch log? He shook his head and said he hates you.
I love you too, Pi! And with that, we'll end it here.
Say hi to Pat.
And Sing says hi to Pi. Thank you, Sing, for your valuable input. And we're done with the 6.81b Patchlog Analysis. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Until next time, this is AUI, Pi, Sing, as well as me, signing off. GG, guys.